Hey everybody, welcome back to Exploring Temecula. On today's video, we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons Temecula is going to continue to grow in the near future. Over the last 25 years, Temecula has grown over 130%, and I do not see that slowing down. Not necessarily a positive or a negative. A lot of people in the city or town of Temecula do not like the growth that has happened over the last 25 years. Sort of inevitable that it's going to happen, and there are certain reasons why this is continuing to happen. If you're thinking of relocating to Temecula, this would be a good video for you to understand sort of the reasoning behind why people are flocking or coming to Temecula. Even though Southern California and California as a whole doesn't get the best press, in regards to taxes and cost of living, bottom line is, we've got sunshine here in Temecula 340 days a year. It's a beautiful place to live. And, this video is just going to go into some of the reasons why, regardless of how many people are moving out of the state of California, you're always going to have people moving to Temecula. And in my opinion, Temecula is going to keep growing. So let's get into the video. Okay guys, so 5 reasons why Temecula is going to continue to grow in the future. And the first and number one thing, in my opinion, is affordability. A lot of people are going to look at me and say, you are absolutely crazy. Home prices, homes that were $500,000 a year and a half ago are now $750,000. I get that. The thing is, not just Temecula in regards to home prices have been going up. So you're seeing a lot of people in the bigger cities, especially in Southern California, just from my experience, what people are calling me on. I'm seeing people from San Francisco, Portland, Los Angeles, San Diego, wanting or selling their homes well over $1 million, coming here, being able to purchase a very nice property in between $600,000 and $800,000, put a lot down, reduce their payment, and there you have it. Just because I get it, home prices, when you compare Temecula to other parts of the United States, it's pretty expensive here, but those aren't necessarily the people that are taking advantage of the affordability, which is all relative, in Temecula at this point. So bottom line is, as a whole, especially on the West Coast, Temecula is a sunny area that has affordable housing when you compare it to many of the big cities up and down the coast. Hey guys, next up, weather. And I touched on this a little bit in the previous point, but it doesn't matter how crappy you think California politics are, how expensive gas gets in Temecula or in Southern California, how expensive housing gets in Southern California. There will always be people that want to come and live here because we get sunshine 350 days a year, and there's no cold and there's no snow. And if I want to go skiing, I just drive 2 hours up to Big Bear and I go skiing or go to the snow. The bottom line is, weather is always going to keep people coming to Southern California. Generally speaking, when you compare Temecula to any other big city in Southern California, it's incredibly safe. I know you're going to have people that, say this happened or this happened, and I could one-off these things as well. But overall, you're going to get some car break-ins, some petty theft, that type of thing. But I do not feel worried about my safety at all in the city of Temecula. I feel that Temecula is incredibly safe. If you look up the data on Temecula specifically, it's in the top 60 to 70% in all of America for cities, smaller cities. So, that is one thing that is going to keep Temecula, until that changes, that's one thing that people are going to keep coming to Temecula for, is to be able to buy a home in a nice community and feel safe with their family. It's a huge draw. I talk about it a lot, and it is very important to a lot of people, of course. Okay, so next up, schooling. Another big factor when people call me is schools. Like, what's the ratings? What do you think about the schools? And even though I have not put my own kids through the schools in the Temecula School District, I have heard many, many good things from people that have lived here, that they had a good run with the Temecula school system. If you look online, I have it in in the description of this video. I have a blog post that I wrote, and I have a link that's going to show you the top 25 schools. And I think the average rating for a Temecula school overall in those top 25 schools is like 8 out of 10. Overall in the state of California, Temecula is going to be in the top 20 percentile, I think, when it comes to test scores and overall school ratings. So Temecula, one of the big draws that's always going to be here until, again, these things could change. Until it changes, schools are going to drive people to Temecula. Everybody wants their kids to get a good education and have the opportunity to do extracurricular activities. One of the things that I really preach to people or talk to people about that don't know much about the Temecula area is how many parks and recreation sporting activities are going to be available for your kids. Not just in the schools, but I think there's over 75 parks in Temecula. We've got Patricia Birdsall Sports Park that literally is one of the nicest and biggest sports parks I've personally seen in Southern California. So if you have kids that are interested in, those extracurricular activities or sporting, different types of sports, Temecula is an amazing area for that. Okay, and finally, just the overall quality of life living in Temecula. I could go through here and make this video 30, 50 minutes long just talking about, different things that I enjoy. The grass is never greener. I lived at the beach and there's things that I miss at the beach, absolutely. But I think overall, Temecula is my favorite spot that I've ever lived in Southern California over the last 15 to 17 years. I lived half my life, in California on the beach, and half my life in Southern California inland. So that's, I do have experience living many different areas, and I would say overall Temecula is my favorite. When we talk about quality of life, of course, I mentioned the weather. One of the things that I really like about Temecula is the proximity to so many different things. When it comes to airports, we've got 4 within an hour. We've got Palm Springs for weekend getaways. We have Julian, which is a beautiful mountain community. We've got the beaches that are an hour away, and you can go to 7 to 8 different beaches, whether it's San Diego County or Orange County, all within an hour and a half. Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, San Clemente, Dana Point, Coronado, all of these things that on beautiful areas along the beach are no more than an hour and a half to get to. You've got Las Vegas, which is a 3-hour drive. You've got hiking, boating, golfing. I could go on and on and on. Just the weather permits us to do all of these things year round, and it truly is, a great place to live. Talk about quality of life. Of course, through this video, half of the things that I was talking about, pertain to the high quality of life of Temecula, but it's so nice to come home in a sunny, beautiful area, feel safe, be in a quiet community, have a nice pool, swim, barbecue, have so much time throughout the year because of the weather to be able to do these things. I can't talk enough about just how much fun it is to live here in the town of Temecula. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully that helped give you an idea of why people are moving to Temecula. Why is this such an area that people are flocking to from many parts of the western side of the United States and all over the United States? So if you have any further questions about the housing market, if you want to purchase a home, if you want to sell a home, please reach out. We have a lot of experience, not only in Temecula, but the surrounding area, and we would love to help. We're licensed as an appraisal company, and until next time, thank you very much from Exploring Temecula.